Hello, everybody. Here we go. Scene 5 from Act 1. This is the scene where Romeo gets to meet Juliet. Remember, Romeo's friends and his cousin took him to this Capulet ball to see the other girls in town. They said, "Oh, Romeo, there's other fish in the sea. You can get over Rosaline." Remember, he still is upset about Rosaline and how she doesn't love him, that unrequited love. So he goes to this party. Everybody's got masks on. They're in disguise. It's like a coming of age party. I've equated it to the Mexican quinceañera, where girls are presented as being of age and worthy to date at that age. And so this is kind of a big event. The whole Capulet household is going crazy trying to get ready for the party. And basically the whole town is involved unless you're a Montague. Then you're not involved, you're not invited. And so that's the irony. That's the fun of this, is that the Montague boys all made it into the party. So they go to the party, and again, the boys are walking around. There's different people just having a good time. The movie versions show all sorts of crazy things, including singers and dancing, and those are probably things that would have happened during this party. The stage directions don't give us much information, but everybody's there. They're all in masks, and let's see, Capulet, Lord Capulet is ordering his servants around and saying, do this and do that and more wine and all of this kind of stuff. Then Tybalt, Juliet's cousin. If you didn't pick up on that, again, you got to look at that character list. Juliet's cousin Tybalt recognizes Romeo, and he's like, "Oh, those Montagues have broken into our party. They're wedding crashers, but not a wedding. It's just a party. They're party crashers, I guess." And Tybalt is enraged. I mean, he is like hopping mad, and he wants to go fight Romeo and anybody else that's with him. Tybalt is a hothead. He's the Capulet version of Mercutio. As unstable as Mercutio is, Tybalt is like that, but with the Capulet family. And Lord Capulet's like, "Shut up, nephew, you're annoying me. Go and enjoy the party." And he can't calm down. He can't settle down. Anyway, the party's going on, and depending on which version, if we're reading just the play, it's kind of awkward. I like how the 1968 version of Romeo and Juliet shows Romeo and Juliet meeting for the first time. It actually shows Romeo fixated on one girl. It's the girl with a very tall neck. She's like very like giraffe-like. Sorry, any tall neck people. That's what I thought of. Anyway, this girl is very tall and I guess pretty in her way. And Romeo is like all like, "Oh, I'm thinking that's Rosaline." Anyway, she's dancing, and then she turns, and then Romeo sees Juliet. And all of a sudden, he's in love. Now, Romeo being in love, I don't know. It's not very authentic. Romeo was in love with Rosaline, and now all of a sudden he's totally smitten with Juliet. He cannot believe how pretty she is, how elegant, how perfect. And of course, he does not know that she's a Capulet. Stupid. He's at a Capulet party. Of course she's a Capulet. Anyway, Romeo decides, "I've got to talk to this girl." And so he sneaks over and he grabs her hand, and he does this little side conversation with Juliet about hands being together just as pilgrims when they pray. And anyway, it is actually quite cute and quite romantic. If you can get past the point that Romeo isn't in love, He is in lust. He thinks Juliet is the most attractive girl he's ever seen. And of course, he wants to marry her. And he wants to, I shouldn't even say that because that's not even on his radar. He just wants to be with her. He wants to spend time with her. He wants to flirt with her. He wants the process of courting her. He is absolutely head over heels for Juliet, and he doesn't even know her name. The scene goes on. They talk. They do kiss twice. She refers to it as, giving sin from her lips. And it's like, wow, they have some passionate smooches there. And then the party is wrapping up. And it's so funny because in Shakespeare's plays, I think there's sometimes like a lot of time wasted on things that aren't that big of a deal, but then things that are a big deal are like done kind of fast. And this is one of those scenes that seems like this is a huge deal and it's over so quickly. Romeo and Juliet talk, and then next thing you know, they don't get to talk because other people are around, and Tybalt's all mad, and he wants his uncle to let him kill everybody. And then the party's ending. And Juliet asks her nurse, "Hey, nurse, by the way, what's his name over there?" And she doesn't ask about Romeo. She asks about 2 or 3 other people because she doesn't want the nurse to know that she actually wants to know who Romeo is. So she pretends by asking about 2 or 3 other people. It's very, I don't know, it's very secretive or I don't know what the term is, but it's kind of funny the way that she does this because she wants her information, but she doesn't want the nurse to know that's what she wants to know, if that makes sense. Anyway, the nurse finally breaks the news. "Oh, that is the son of your only great enemy." And Juliet goes, "Oh my gosh, I have just fallen in love with someone that I can't even consider falling in love with." And that's essentially how the scene ends. Everybody goes home. Romeo and his buddies go out on the street. It's pretty late at night. This party probably would have gone till 1 or 2 in the morning. The party is kind of wild. If you the version with the Leonardo DiCaprio Claire Danes version from 1996, it is crazy. If you get a chance to watch just up to that scene, Mercutio is in way more than just masquerade. I mean, he's dressed as a woman, but then he goes topless, and it's just lunacy. But it's all said, and all the lines are said in Shakespearean language, so it makes that an extra crazy version. The clip I gave you guys only has Romeo and Juliet and their scenes, so sometimes there's a little bit that you see of the rest of the party, so you might be curious. If you watch it, please do us a favor and don't watch ahead. There are other versions and other scenes that I'll be showing as well, so I just kind of want to keep it a little at a time. Again, this scene, Act 1, Scene 5, is pivotal in the story of Romeo and Juliet. This is when they met, and they have a spark that ignites, and it seems like even though everything's against them, this is something that's going to continue, and it's kind of a cute scene, I guess. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it made sense when you read it. The audio version, again, I'm sticking to it. That audio version is not my favorite, but at least it is an audiobook, and it looks like it stays pretty true to the original script. And the video versions are just more for backup so you understand what's going on. And we're just doing a little bit at a time here, so you're not too overwhelmed. But hope you enjoyed Act 1, Scene 5 of Romeo and Juliet. We'll see you again tomorrow.